Hi Bo Bakers, a few weeks ago we made Hawaiian butter mochi and it was such a big hit. We knew we had to follow it up with something, but what could we follow it up with? What could be better than Hawaiian butter mochi? Well, brace yourselves because we are going to be making mochi brownies. It's like Hawaiian butter mochi and a brownie combined. Absolutely delicious. Let's get started. So we're going to start this recipe out on the stove top. In a heavy bottom saucepan, add in your milk, your chocolate, I'm using bittersweet here, butter, and cocoa powder. And then just turn it on to a medium-low heat until the chocolate melts and it all comes together. So give it a whisk, and once you can tell that your chocolate is melted, turn off the heat, remove it from the stove, and then set it aside to cool down for around 15 minutes or so. So our chocolate mixture has cooled down, so into this I'm going to add in some coconut milk. Full fat is always better because fat equals flavor. Now I'm going to add in our eggs. This is why we have to make sure that our mixture has cooled down because we're adding in raw eggs. It helps if your eggs are at room temperature. One more egg. Doop-a-doop-a-doop. And then lastly, to our wet ingredients, I'm going to add in a little bit of vanilla extract. Lovely. This already smells like, it smells really chocolatey, like a brownie, but it also smells kind of tropical because of the coconut milk. And also coconut and chocolate go so well together. Okay, those are our wet ingredients. Let's move on to our dry ingredients. In a nice large bowl, we're going to add in our sweet rice flour. So for this, you want glutinous rice flour, also known as sweet rice flour. It's not like regular rice flour in the supermarket. So you do want to make sure you get the correct one. And we're going to add whole box into our bowl. After the rice flour, add in your sugar. Now this is a lot of sugar, but it makes a big batch and you only eat kind of small squares at a time. And it's a treat, we're treating ourselves here. Next you need some raising agent, a little bit of baking powder, and as always, especially with chocolate, some salt. Then just whisk all these ingredients together. So if it wasn't for bigger, bolder baking, I don't know if I would be baking with so much rice flour, but it's such a great ingredient. And we've made a few mochi type recipes here. We have done mochi donuts. We did ice cream mochi, which is absolutely delicious. Then we did the Hawaiian mochi and now brownie mochi. For those of you who have never had a mochi before, it's unique. It has a lovely chewy texture. It's just something that's kind of glutinous about it, but like delicious at the same time. I know that you guys are really gonna like these brownies. Mixy mixy. Okay, now it's as easy as adding wet into dry. Give it a whisk in as you're doing it. It'll make it easier to combine. Look at that. See how big this batter is? Remember, it's a treat. Whisk the batter until it's lovely and smooth and there's no more lumps of flour. There you go, that's it. So here's my pan, it's been buttered and lined. It's 9 by 13. You need a big pan for this recipe. And then just go ahead and pour in your batter. Look at that. I mean, if this tastes anything as good as what it's looking like right now, we're in for a treat. So there you go. This batter just falls into place itself because it's kind of thin, so you don't need to level it out or anything. Let's just get this into the oven. Bake your brownies off at 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius for roughly 45 to 55 minutes at the most. You don't want to over bake these guys. So if you want more bigger, bolder baking in your life, you'll be happy to know that we release a podcast on Sundays called Need to Know. Gina Brazow and I talk about baking myths, baking hacks. She tells me what's going on TikTok that I have absolutely no idea about. We laugh a lot. We get deep in on some topics and we talk about what's going on in the baking world. You have a lot of episodes to catch up on and you can listen to it wherever you listen to podcasts. So our butter mochi is out and it actually just took 45 minutes. You can tell when it's done because you see the way it's crinkly on top, like the way the brownies traditionally are. But if you push down, it's firm underneath your finger. If it's a bit soft, then put it back in the oven. The thing about it is when this cools down, it will actually set even further. So this is perfect. Now, you do have to wait for it to cool down. So you're gonna leave it for around 2-3 hours at a minimum, because once it cools down, it's gonna firm up and then it'll be ready to be cut. Our brownies are rested and they're ready to cut. So get a nice big chopping knife and chop through the brownies. You can cut them as big or as small as you would like. Like I said, they are rich and they're thick. You can tell as I'm cutting how chewy these are. Let's have a little look on the inside. There you go. That's what we're looking for. That looks amazing. This mochi looks perfectly fudgy. You can even make it up to a day in advance, so then it's nice and cold to cut the next day. Make a nice big stack of your mochi brownies so everybody can help themselves, just like me. This is next level. It has that chewy texture that we love about mochi, and then it has a rich chocolate hit. It's fudgy like a brownie. It's rich like a brownie. It's literally the best of both worlds. Absolutely delicious. So if you like this big and bold recipes, I have so many more videos for you. Lots more mochi, lots more chocolate, whatever you want. So go check them out.